everybody, this is me, Vinu Venkatesh, again on behalf of Sai Education for Comparative Examinations. So we've been doing the topic on height and distance. Let's continue our lecture. This would be part 3 and we're starting with number 12. So as I said, always all questions, please read them carefully, and in particular height and distance questions, read them carefully and draw the picture correctly, because if you don't understand the question and if your picture is not right, your diagram is not right, then your entire question, your answer will be wrong. So be very careful. The top of a 15-meter high tower makes an angle of elevation of 60 degrees with the bottom of an electric pole and an angle of elevation of 30 degrees with the top of the pole. What is the height of the electric pole? All right. So let's start working. Let OT be the tower and it is 15 meters high. Okay. They're saying that it is making an angle of elevation of 60 degrees with the bottom of a pole. Let pole be equal to PE. Okay. So as we know, angle of elevation is formed when a person or is looking up at something from a given point. So the angle that is formed at that point is called the angle of elevation. And then they say that the tower also forms another angle of elevation of 30 degrees from the top of the pole. So let this be the top. It is 30 degrees. Let us draw. It is 30 degrees. Let us draw one line here such that this is 90 and this is 90. So we have two triangles which are 90 degrees triangles, XET and OOPT. Okay. So we know that tan 60 is equal to the perpendicular divided by base. We know that by now. Tan 60 from the table that I showed you is root 3, and when you solve for OP, you get 15 by root 3. Now, we can say that OP is equal to EX. Why? Because this angle is 90 degrees, this angle is 90 degrees. Both these angles, this angle we know is 90 degrees because this is 90 and this entire angle is 180 degrees. Okay, so 180 degrees minus 90 degrees will give me another 90 degrees. Okay, now this becomes what we call a polygon. Polygon is any figure which has more than 3 sides. This becomes a rectangle. Okay, we can assume that. That is quite okay to assume. So OP is equal to EX is equal to 15 by root 3. Alright. Now, in triangle XET, tan 30 is equal to TX divided by XE. Tan 30 we know is 1 by root 3, which is equal to TX divided by 15 root 3. So when we solve for TX, we get 5 meters. Okay, TX is equal to 5 meters. We know that the height of the tower is 15 meters, and we know that PE, which is the height of the pole, is equal to OX. So how can we calculate OX? It is the height of the tower, that is OT 15 meters minus TX 5 meters, which is 10 meters. Therefore, the height of the pole is 10 meters. Correct. Okay, let's move to number 13. If the angle of elevation of a tower from two distant points A and B, where A is greater than B, okay, from its foot, and M, the same straight line, and on the same side of it are 30 degrees, and on the same straight line and on the same side of it are 30 degrees and 60 degrees, then the height of the tower is what? Okay, let us draw the diagram. So we have a triangle. Okay, let it be ADB. Two distant points A and B. Okay, now they have not. Let's draw the diagram in our own way. Okay, let this be the triangle O. Okay, from point B, they are saying that A is greater than B. Okay, they are on the same straight line and on the same side of the point. That's what they have said. So this is how we draw. So we have two triangles here, basically TOB and TOA, and they have given us two angles of elevation, and we know by now that the further the point away from the vertex of the triangle, the smaller is the angle of elevation, isn't it? From here, if you look, the angle is smaller. The closer the point to the vertex of the triangle, the larger is the angle of elevation. Okay, So let us find the height of the tower, which is OT. Okay, let's see what they have done. So using tan theta formula, we have, okay, so let us have h is equal to height. So where are we? Let us take our diagram because theirs is sometimes not clear. So let h be equal to OT, which is the height of the tower. Let this be B and let this be A. Okay, so tan 60 we know is equal to perpendicular divided by base, which is B, h by B. Tan 30 is equal to h divided by A. When you multiply both equations, you will get tan 60 into tan 30 is equal to h square divided by AB. What is tan 60? Root 3 into tan 30, which is 1 by root 3, which is equal to h square divided by AB. Therefore, h is equal to root of AB. Okay, that's how you get it. Sometimes when you solve the problem, and even though your answer may be correct, maybe it is not reflected here. That means, you have to think of other ways of doing it. And see whether your answer choice matches the one given there. Okay, let's move to number 14. A spherical balloon of radius r subtends angle 60. Subtends means forms angle 60 degrees at the eye of an observer. So let us draw the diagram. Let A be the eye of the observer. Let this be the circle, and this is the center of the circle O. Alright, and radius of that is r. So from O, if we draw a line here to the eye of the observer, it is 60 degrees. If the angle of elevation of its center is 60 degrees and h is the height of the center of the balloon, then which of the following is correct? So height of the center of the balloon means if we draw a triangle from O to the eye of the observer and then form a right angle at point B, OB is the height. Okay, so in triangle ABO, this triangle, sine 60 degrees is equal to OB, which is the height, divided by AO. What is AO? Hypotenuse. So AO, or the hypotenuse, is equal to, when you solve it, it will be OB divided by sine 60. Now let us draw another angle, another triangle. Okay, from the eye of the observer to the side of the circle as a tangent at point C, so that we get this triangle OAC. Okay, here also sine 60 divided by 2. They are saying that if the angle of elevation of its center is 60 degrees, that is, this angle is also 60 degrees, then this particular angle will be 30 degrees. So it will be sine 60 divided by 2 is equal to OC divided by AO. AO is again the same common hypotenuse. So when we equate these two equations, we will get H is equal to root 3R. What we are trying to do is we are trying to find, see, look at the answer choices. We are trying to find H in terms of R. So that's why we have to find a new triangle such that one side of the triangle is equal to R. Here height OC of this triangle AOC, height of that is equal to the radius of the circle, which is R. Okay, so that's what we are trying to do. Let us draw the diagram. Let OC be the chimney with height H. Let A be the first point. Okay, so the angle of elevation from A to say the top of the chimney is 30 degrees, and the person, when he moves 120 meters towards the chimney, he reaches, let us say, this point B, and we are told that when he moves from A to B, the angle of elevation changes from 30 degrees to 45 degrees, right? And as we know, the further the point, the smaller the angle of elevation, the closer the point, the larger the angle of elevation. So we have two right-angled triangles, COB and COA. So tan 30 is equal to H divided by OA. So tan 30 is 1 by root 3 H divided by OA. OA can be written as 120 meters plus OB, correct? Therefore, you get h is equal to 120 plus OB divided by root 3. For the second triangle, tan 45 is equal to h divided by OB. We know that tan 45 is equal to 1. So it's 1 equals h by OB. Therefore, h is equal to OB. Now substituting the second equation in the first equation, you get h is equal to 120 plus h divided by 3. So if you multiply this, cross multiply, it will be h root 3 minus h is equal to 120. Therefore, h is equal to 120 divided by root 3 minus 1. Divided by root 3 minus 1. So once we get this, see if your answer is any one of the answer choices. It is not 120 meters, right? Is it 60 into root 3 minus 1? No, not quite. Is it 60 into root 3 plus 1? No. Is it none of these? Well, it looks like none of these, but let's see if we can simplify the equation to get it this way. Okay, so what have we done here? See, now here what they have done is, we got this answer 120 divided by root 3 minus 1. Now they have multiplied the numerator and denominator by root 3 plus 1. So I get 120 into root 3 plus 1. This becomes a minus b into a plus b, which is what? A square minus b square, which is 3 minus 1, which is 2. And when you divide it, you'll get 60 into root 3 plus 1, which is the answer. So remember, whenever you get an answer and it is not the same as your answer choices, please don't think that your answer is wrong. Maybe you have to simplify it or modify it the way they have done, and try to see if you can simplify this or modify it to get the answer choice that is given in the question. But the way of modification should be the correct way of doing it, like what they have done. They have multiplied, in the question they have multiplied numerator and denominator by root 3 plus 1. How do you know whether you should do this or do something else? That only comes with practice. So that's why I say keep practicing, and there is no other way out. We've come to the end of this topic. I hope you continue to practice. We'll meet again for the next class. Until then, take care and bye-bye.